What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the People Person podcast presented by Good Time Media. I am your host, Wyatt Metzger. I'm joined today by a very special guest. Evan Honer is here. We followed each other on TikTok for a little bit, I think. At least I followed you for a little bit. I don't know how long you followed me, and I apologize for any videos that may have not been funny, but you're here, and I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, dude. How are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me, man. And I followed you a little bit ago. I've been seeing the videos of you as Ferris Bueller's friend. Yes, those have been popping off.
That's become an issue. I haven't talked about this yet to anyone, but
oh wow.
So his actual son, Alan Ruck's actual son, he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, can you kind of stop doing that?"
No way.
Because people are dumb enough to think I was being serious, even though I've tried to make it as clear as possible that I was kidding. But then they would have to Google it, look it up, and then they would reach out to him, and he's like, "Dude, I don't want this." I'm like, "That's so fair." So fair. I apologize. I'm sorry, man. That's not my intention. I was just having fun with it. So this RIP to the jersey. I might be done with the Ferris. I know.
I'll be missing it.
People are gonna be devastated.
They really are.
It's gonna take a hit for the views too. That I gotta find a new way to be entertaining to people other than looking like someone. So it's an issue.
I mean, it's pretty obvious to say the least that you look younger than he does in the movie, pretty much. And I don't know when the movie was filmed, but
1986, dude.
Yeah. So
and people
should be able to put that together.
I had people who thought I was him, not just his kid, thought I was actually him. I'm like, I hate the internet. It's the worst. Yeah, it sucks.
Horrible place.
Anyways, all right, enough about me. Little side story. Question I need to ask you to start off the bat. How long have you been growing that stash?
This stash, I would say it's been off and on, but it's been about a year, I'd say.
Okay, it's impressive. I'm very jealous of it. I wish I could pull it off myself. Are you proud of it? Are you a stash guy? This is my look?
I mean, honestly, now that I've had it for so long, I feel like it's a part of me, and I feel like I can't really shave it off anymore.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I might change later on, but now I feel like I am the stash guy. So I've just adopted that.
That's a good thing to be. It's a good. There's worse things you could be other than the stash guy. Pull it off, so it works.
Yeah.
What's the maintenance look like? Is it just let it grow? You got to trim it up every now and then.
Yeah, I trim it up once in a while, just make sure it doesn't go over the lip too much.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, right now, I'm growing out the beard a little bit. I grow that out, and then I shave the beard, and always just keep the stash longer than the beard. But
I'm jealous, man. I've tried. I tried so hard. All I get, dude, I get a little half goatee here, and then the stash comes in patchy, and it's disgusting, and I hate myself when I do it. So I'm jealous of you. I am very jealous of the look. So congrats to you for pulling that one off.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now on to actual stuff that matters. Your music. I've been following you obviously because you posted a couple covers and stuff, and then obviously you went into your own music. I love having songwriters, singers on here because I'm always jealous of people who just that's a talent I would never have and wish I did. When growing up, was there a moment you realized you're oh, I can sing? Because everyone sings in the car growing up. Was there a moment where you're wait, I'm actually good at this?
It came very late in my life. I didn't start singing, actually trying to sing till I was 19.
Oh, wow.
I think. Yeah. So I would sing in the car, I would send Snapchats to my friends of me, singing along to the songs. And a couple times they're hey, you kind of have a good voice. And I was like, you're just making me feel good. That's not true. But then when I started playing guitar when I was younger, I picked it back up when I was 19. Then I started trying to sing. And I was pretty bad for a while, but then eventually I started to, I think, sound good, and people were like, this is nice. This is nice. So I think that's when I realized I could kind of sing, I guess.
A late bloomer.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 21.
Okay. So you got me beat. I'm 22. I turned 23 in 4 days. So yeah, you got me beat by a little bit.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So I'm doing the math here. 19, you're singing learning guitar, pick back. Was it a COVID thing? Was it
It
a
was,
was
yeah,
it like a
100%.
COVID like midlife crisis kind of like I gotta figure my shit out and what do I actually want to do? Because that's
It,
what you're looking at here. This is all a
yes,
COVID baby right here.
100%. Honestly, it was COVID. I think a lot of things have like just birthed because of COVID,
Hmm.
like creative things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, definitely. It was a combination of discovering, I'm sure you're familiar with like this type of music where it's like folk country, like Tyler
Hmm.
Childers, Zach Bryan. It's becoming very
Yeah.
popular, that singer-songwriter type. So discovering that music, and I like really never listened to country before. It was like
Yeah.
rap to this, and I like fell in love with the music.
Hmm.
So that combined with having so much free time, I'm like, I'm just gonna try to learn every Tyler Childers song ever.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I did for all of quarantine.
That's what it's always super cool when like there's a silver lining to like a terrible thing. Obviously COVID sucked for everyone. It's devastating for a lot of
Yeah.
people. And but then like I look at it and like it was awful for me. But like stuff like this, like this whole company wouldn't exist if I like cause I just like had so much time to reflect on like what do I actually want to do? Like I was
Yeah.
in the middle of college, my sophomore year. I didn't go back to school until I was a senior in college. And I was like, I had so much time to like figure out what do I actually want to do? And it sounds like it's a similar situation where it's like, all right, you have time to reflect and take a breath, which we don't do a lot just as humans. We're just like enabled to just like keep going, go, 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 move forward. You don't actually stop to breathe. And that feels like COVID was a breath for a lot of people.
Yeah. 100% agree.
Yeah. So what has been, so you start out, you're like, all right, I want to maybe give this thing a shot. What
Mhm.
was the first like barrier where you had to like, all right, I gotta just push through this. Like this is gonna be hard to get over. I gotta get through this first little hurdle to keep moving forward.
That's a good question. I think I would say the biggest one was singing in front of people. I
Hmm.
was very scared just to sing in front of my friends, like a few
Yeah.
people. Like at first, just singing in front of them, I would be super nervous. Um, and then eventually, I went to my first open mic. So I'd say the biggest hurdle was like performing in
Hmm.
front of people. I went to
Yeah.
my first open mic. First song I played broke my string on
Oh,
my guitar, and I was just so nervous. It
yeah.
was just not a great performance. So I would say that was like my biggest hurdle, was like getting over the fear of singing in front of people.
Hmm.
Um, but thankfully, after a couple times, it gets easier and easier. Still get nervous,
Yeah.
but eventually, I was able to, not have crippling anxiety when I go on stage. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Does that feeling, I can't imagine it goes away. Like, do you, are you just like able to deal with it better? Or is it like, all right, this kind of easy now, like I'm used to it, or you're just handling it better?
I think it's really just handling it better, because I still feel the same amount of nerves
Hmm.
before. But then when I get on stage, I feel like it goes away faster.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm just like more comfortable and like know how to deal with it, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh no, 100%. I feel like athletes get the same thing too, where like it's like adrenaline rush. Like the worst nerves are right before, and then once you like get in
Yeah.
the arena, you get in the game, the adrenaline kicks in, and like you're good to go. And then it comes down to like how do you handle that adrenaline? And it sounds like
Yeah.
once you do it over and over again, you're like, okay, I can channel this in a good direction.
Yeah.
But I feel like nerves are just kind of healthy. It's a healthy part of it. Like if you're not nervous, there's something wrong with you,
Yeah. I
and
agree.
it means like you care about it, which is good.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't care how you performed, then you wouldn't be nervous because like who cares?
Yeah.
Um,
I couldn't imagine that like Morgan Wallen before, because I always think that like, does Morgan Wallen still get nervous
he
like
has
performing
to.
for like he has to. There's no way he doesn't. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that is crazy. Yeah, I wonder if it like as obviously like someone like that blows up, like the crowds at some point, is there like a plateau where like the bigger the crowd, it doesn't matter anymore? Because like the crowds get bigger, I feel like the nerves probably ramp up. I wonder if there's a number where like at that point, who cares? It's the same amount of people.
I think this is true for most artists, is I feel more comfortable with more people in the audience.
Interesting.
I
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really know how to explain it, but I played a show for my school here, which there was about 2,500 students there, and like it was worse it was worse because like they're my peers, you know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna see them tomorrow in class. Um, but it went well, and honestly I felt like more comfortable than I was at like some house shows with, I don't know, like 15
Mm-hmm.
people.
Oh
There's
yeah, for
something
sure.
about just like being able to look and see like so many different faces. I don't know what it is, but I just feel more comfortable with more
Yeah,
people.
I could
Yeah.
see how like at a certain point they all blend together, so it's almost like
Yeah.
no one's there. If they're
Yeah,
all blending,
exactly.
like they're all just random strangers. Um, that first open mic, did you invite friends and family to go see, or you like stay the fuck away? I'm gonna
No,
hit.
I didn't tell anyone. I was
Good, good. I
no
like that
one,
move.
no one. That's how I am with most
Yeah.
things. Now I'll invite people to my shows.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, I'm also a diver. I'm on the
Oh,
swim and
sweet.
dive team here. Yeah. So even like meets or anything, I personally just don't like to invite people to watch me do
Yeah.
sports, or I don't know. I just feel like you can come if you want to, but I don't know. I'm just gonna be doing my thing anyway.
Yeah. Quick side note for diving, are you doing like high dive stuff?
Yeah, so we do
Sick.
1 meter, 3 meter springboard, and then 10 meter platform. So
How high is 10 meters in
it's
feet?
like 32 and a half feet, I
Holy
think.
shit,
Yeah, it
dude.
gets really high.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I could never do that. That's ridiculous.
It
That's gotta be an adrenaline rush. Are you just standing up there?
it still scares me
Yeah,
every single time. Every time.
that's awesome. All right, so you start performing, you start getting that first initial like, all right, I'm enjoying this. Are
Yeah.
you the part you're falling in love with just being a musician, being an artist? You mentioned the nerves with performance. Is performing just for you, like just something that comes with the territory that you got to do? Or is that the part you love? Or is it the singing, like the writing behind the
Mhm.
scenes, building up like these songs that you enjoy?
Yeah.
Or like,
That's a
if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. There's so many different parts to like being a good artist. Like you have to have good stage presence, you have to write good songs, you have to
Mm-hmm.
sing them well, you have to do all these things, you have to market yourself now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would say probably my favorite part is like writing something and then having another person resonate with the lyrics that I write, and then also like hearing them, or like when I'm at a show, like seeing people sing back my lyrics is like the coolest feeling in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say just like the idea of me writing down something and then having it resonate with someone else that I've never met before. I think
Yeah.
that's like the coolest feeling for me.
Yeah. And now when you're writing, obviously writer's block, real thing.
For
What
sure.
what's your go-to get out of a funk move? Do you have a weird thing just to like switch stuff up and get your brain cooking a little bit?
Honestly, no, I really haven't figured out. I go in like spurts of writing a lot and then kind of not writing as much. I might be different. I know a lot of people say you know you have to write a song a day or whatever.
Yeah.
For me, I write like maybe a line a day because I have a lot of unfinished songs.
Mhm.
Um, but sorry, can you say your question again? My bad, I
Just
forgot.
no, just be like what when it comes to writing, how do you get out of writer's block? Do you
Oh,
have a
okay.
move?
Yeah, yeah. No, I wouldn't say I really have a move. I'm just because writer's block to me is just not liking what you write.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. So sometimes I'll write something and I'll send it to someone that I admire as a writer or an artist or anything like that, and they'll be like, "This is sick," and I'll
Yeah.
kind of be like, "Okay, like maybe this isn't so bad." So for me,
Yeah.
that's what writer's block comes in as, like just the I don't like what I'm writing right now, even though
Yeah.
I still am writing. It just doesn't connect with me.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes you just gotta write through that part. Like I hate this,
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna keep going and push it.
yeah.
Eventually I'll get to something I like. I wonder, is that the same thing? So when I'm like feeling uncreative and like try to come up with video ideas or just concepts, whatever, the worst thing I do is like scroll through TikTok looking for ideas. And I want because I feel like that's just like it just dampens my creativity even more. Sometimes it
Mhm.
helps, but for the most part, it's just like I just feel way less creative. I wonder if writing, do you like listen to music to try to get ideas from them? Are you looking at the art you're trying to create and like trying to get some nugget of creativity from them? Or do you need to like just separate and be on your own and write?
Yeah, that's another good question. I would say most of the time I'm trying to listen to very different music, like really old music. Um, I love Bob Dylan and like Blaze Foley, like these guys. So I listen to a lot of music. With TikTok now, I also agree. I don't think it's the greatest idea to watch a lot of TikToks
Mm-hmm.
because nowadays, and I actually saw a TikTok about this, is a lot of singer-songwriter writers are sounding exactly like Phoebe Bridgers, like
Yeah.
copying. They're all sounding the same. They have the same like type of like very specific lyrics, soft,
Yeah.
two chords, so for that I try to not watch too much so I can just kind of focus on my own style.
Mm-hmm.
But I do try to listen to a lot of music too, and then it inspires me a lot for my writing, as well as like reading books, just like old whatever. I'm not much of a reader, but I'm starting to get into reading more, so
That's good, dude. Being any type of reader is a reader to me. Cause I
yeah.
wish I want to be one of those guys who can like wake up and just like read on a back porch for an hour. I can't. I'll scroll through my phone. I'll check Twitter. I'm self-aware enough to know I'm not that guy, but I wish I
Mhm.
was that guy so bad. I feel like it'd just be a cool aesthetic to have.
I know. I'm trying to be that guy. I really am. I feel
Mhm.
the same way. Like a lot of times I'll check my phone and I'm like, "Oh, I really need to read, so I'm really trying to force myself to read,
Yeah.
and hopefully I will get into the habit of actually like, because I don't enjoy it that much. I'm really
Yeah.
just I'm forcing myself to read right now because I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
So right now I really hope to be that guy in the future, honestly.
It's the same way as like getting up earlier. You just gotta
Yeah.
force yourself to be that guy. Like I want to be
Yeah.
the 7 a.m. like ready to roll kind of guy. I'm more of an 8:30 kind of guy, which isn't
That's
terrible.
not bad at all.
I'll
Yeah.
take that, but I
Yeah.
wish I just like keep pushing it back. I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Just it's growth. That's how you
Yeah.
learn. You be self-aware enough and just keep pushing it. Um, is there anyone in your like go-to playlist that you listen to that people would be surprised you listen to? You mentioned Bob Dylan, obviously some older
Mhm.
music. But is there anyone that like that just doesn't fit your mold at all?
Um, I would say that's a good question. Do you know who Peter McPolin is?
Yes.
Okay.
I like him. I like some
Yeah.
of it. I only know like one or two of his songs, but yes, I like
Okay.
his music.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would assume me to pretty much just listen to outlaw country, folk,
Yeah.
whatever. I do love like indie as well. I don't know what you would call. Yeah, Peter's probably like indie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Peter's music, and I'm starting to get into more like indie stuff.
Mhm.
I love to listen to that stuff, so that probably would surprise some people.
How do you find new music? Is it strictly through TikTok? Because that's where I'm
A
at this point.
lot, a lot of
It's good and bad because I'm introduced
yes,
to like people like you and other people that I'm listening to their music and I'm like, I like this. I never would have found you without TikTok, which is cool.
yeah, yeah, a lot of TikTok. Most of the new artists I discover are from TikTok,
Hmm.
and then I kind of just I just like to dive into stuff that people that have listened to, but like maybe not like really listen to like their entire discover how whatever that word is in the
Discography, isn't that?
discography. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I'm not good with
discography.
words. I'm notably bad with words, so it's fine.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, like recently I got into Jim Croce, I think it's what it is. He sings Bad Bad Leroy Brown. I don't know if you know that song. But
Mm.
yeah, like older artists that I have listened to, but not like completely delve into all their music. That's what I've been doing recently, just listening to everything they have.
Nice. What's your filing system when it comes to like when you find a new song? How do you like what's your playlist type? Is it just based off mood, like a type of
It's
mood, or
very
what is it?
unorganized. I have
Oh.
like a folk playlist, and a country playlist. And I'm like, I never really know which is which. So I'll just decide randomly, like this sounds more
Yeah.
like folk. So I put it there. So yeah, it's very unorganized. I don't have like a moods
Yeah.
playlist or anything like that.
Fair enough. I'm always interested to see what people have, because some people have like these crazy elaborate like
Yeah.
Wednesday evening country music, like it's crazy.
Do you
But
have a type of filing system?
oh, dude, I'm very proud of my filing system. Thank you for asking.
What is
What
the
I have, so I'm very in the moment, like whatever you've done for me lately when it comes to music. So I have a playlist called the 100, where it's just my most recent 100 songs that I found that I like. And then I'll only listen to that playlist for the most part. When I add a new song to it, when I find a new song I like, I remove the oldest song, and then I file it by year and by like genre. So then now I've been doing this for like 5 years now. So probably more like 6. I can go back and I can listen. I have a 2018 country playlist. So I can listen to all the music that I like, country music that I listened to when I was a senior in high school. And it's really cool because then it becomes like a mood playlist, because I can remember how like music is very much tied to just like how I'm feeling as a person. So then as it is for most people, so I can go back and feel kind of how I felt
Oh
2018,
wow.
which is
Okay.
really cool.
I like that. I
I'm
like that.
very proud. I want to patent it somehow. I want to make an app
Yeah.
that
You
just
should do
does
it.
that. I'm not smart enough to do that, but someone can run with that idea and do it and just give me credit. That's all I ask. So what something I'm what's up? Say what's up? Is that your roommate?
Yeah. Well, oh, never mind.
That's
I
fine.
don't know.
Does when it comes to, I'm always interested in the side of like like how do you make money as an artist? And it's like as a like growing artist, one who's trying to break in and become bigger. The question I always get as someone who's like on social media, like, how do you make money? And like,
Yeah.
if you're willing to go into it, I'm interested to like behind the scenes, peel back the curtain a little bit. Like, what's that like trying to make a career out of making music, especially just
Yeah.
like through TikTok and all that stuff?
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I'm a student right now, so I
Yeah.
haven't gone full time into music. I'm planning
Mhm.
to, because I'm a senior right now. I'm going to graduate in May,
Awesome.
and I'm planning to go full time music. So right now, pretty much, I do some brand deals on TikTok, I guess you
Mhm.
would call them, but they're not really brand deals. They're like me just singing covers that people ask me to sing their
Oh,
songs.
sweet.
And they're of artists that I would normally
Yeah.
cover anyway. So I'm like, yeah, of course I'll do this for
That's gotta be cool. That's
$200.
gotta be cool. They
Yeah,
reach out.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So that's one thing. I'm sure you know, obviously TikTok doesn't pay you anything.
It's not great.
So
It's not great.
it's not great.
Yeah.
And then streaming actually does, it's been pretty cool to see some revenue from that since I
Yeah.
released my first song in December. I made a little bit of money off of that. So that's been nice
Sweet.
to have that a little bit to kind of help me with recording, because recording
Yeah.
is the biggest expense. I probably right now I've spent more on recording than I have made off of streaming right now.
Yeah.
So pretty much spend all my money on recording. But it is nice to have the streaming revenue to kind of just put back into the
Yeah.
business of, making music. So
Yeah.
that's what it's been looking like. Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. That's the cool
Yeah.
part. Honestly, I
Yeah.
think like when you're growing and just trying to like get noticed more, it's like just figuring it out yourself is
Yeah.
very like that's what I enjoy most about what I do. It's like I didn't know how to do any of this stuff 4 years ago. And
Yeah.
and the stuff I was doing was awful. Like the videos I made, the podcast episodes I did, so bad. But now like it's cool to see like I basically have documented growth. Just like as long as each one's better and like teaching myself, I think that's a really cool just like way to grow. It's really kind of
Yeah.
it's rewarding too when like it's not just like you learn this in school, you learned how to do this, and then you just apply that. It's cooler to like
It's on
acquire
your
that
own.
knowledge.
Yeah. You're like,
Exactly.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's super cool. And then when it comes to streaming, how difficult is it? Similar to TikTok, where like or another any social media platform where like you post your stuff, you get a certain percent of a cent per like listen or something
Yeah.
like. Is it hard to like get to that point? Do you have to get approved? Like, how does that work for someone trying to get on Spotify, Apple Music, stuff like that?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways now. It's way easier than it was like 20 years ago, because you have companies like DistroKid. I don't know if you've heard of DistroKid. Okay, yeah. So there's like DistroKid. I know there's TuneCore, United Masters. These are all companies that will distribute your music pretty much for free. Like I pay $30 a year to use
Oh
this
wow,
website that releases all my music to every platform.
that's sweet.
So yeah, it's that is so it's honestly like really easy with
Nice.
that stuff. And then like maybe possibly looking into a distribution label different than a record label
Yeah.
that would release it. But right now, yeah, DistroKid is what I use, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah. That's very similar to that, like how podcasts work. Like there's certain websites that I use Buzzsprout.
Okay.
And basically like I upload my episodes there and they distribute to like Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Yeah.
all the other small ones that I would never even begin to listen to, but some people do. Some people use those apps. But yeah, you pay like a monthly fee and do that. So it sounds pretty similar, I guess. One more question before I want to end. We have I have a little I'll get your gears churning a little bit. I want to do a Zach Bryan draft. I know you are you like Zach Bryan, you're a fan of his music. I don't know how big of a fan you are. I'm a huge Zach Bryan fan.
Okay.
I didn't do any prep for this because I wanted it to be a fair fight, but I wanted to go back and forth. And you can pull up song, like check on your phone to make sure. But I want to go back and forth and draft songs of his, and then I'll put out the chart. I'll put out the list, and people can vote on who had a better list.
Are we going like best top 10 or?
We'll do 5 each. We'll go back and forth snake draft. So if you have the first pick, you'd also have if you have the second pick, you would pick twice. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get 2. So we'll do that.
Okay.
But before I get into that, I wanted to ask, because the song that I found from you that I listened to, I think it's your biggest song. It might be the first song you listened. Was it How Could I Ever? Is that the first song you released?
Yeah, first song.
Talk me through writing that song. Cause that song is like heavy. If you really listen to it, I was like, whoa, that's what I loved about it. I was like, this is cool. Yeah. And did remind me of like those artists you mentioned. I was like, this is really cool. I think that's how I first found you.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah. So honestly, that song took a long time to write. I think it took like 3 or 4 months to like finish the entire song, which is very like weird for me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, most of my songs are about like a real feeling that I have, or a story, or someone I know. But yeah, that song's pretty much just about like chasing this dream, and then like the fear of letting down people that I love, and and then like getting into the wrong crowd and whatnot. So yeah, that's what the song meant to me. Yeah. I know that a lot of people interpret it however they want to interpret it. So that's what's been really cool, is like people DMing me saying like, your song has like got me through a lot of stuff, which is like the coolest feeling to me.
Yeah, that's so cool, dude. It's a really cool song. Do you have a favorite line from it?
I would say it's people will say they love you until their needs are met, they'll stab you, then deceive you. That's probably my favorite line.
Hell yeah. I love there's the line you have, I forget when it might be towards the end. It's where you talk about basically like your mom, and like you don't want to, like, how am I going to tell her that I tried? And that line sits with me. I was like, oh my gosh, dude. That's a line I was like, oh shit, I love this dude. Cause like it's like basically anyone who's like trying something new, trying to build their own thing, like you're doing, like I'm doing, we're doing this, and there's that back of your head is like, what if it doesn't work out? Yeah. Like, what if I can't? And then I got to be like, I gave it my best. Like that line, I was, it chills, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Thank you, man.
That's really, and it's like, it's that constant, like you know, like if you put your head down, work, grind, like it'll work out the way it's supposed to work out. But still, like
it's always in the back of your head, like the fear of it not working out. So yeah. For sure.
No matter how much success you do have too, it's still like it just go away like that. And you're like, you just gotta keep grinding. But yeah, it's a really 100%. Cool song. I really are there any songs you're sitting on right now that you're like, I cannot wait to put this thing? I know you have a song coming out soon, right? What's the name? I know it. No, I don't.
It's Fooling Ourselves. It actually came out on Friday. Yeah.
Oh, it did? It's already out? Hell yes.
Yeah.
Congrats, dude.
I
Sorry, I should know
No,
that.
you're good. No, you're good, man. Yeah, I don't know if you know Liam St. John.
Why does that sound familiar?
You probably heard a couple of his songs.
Okay.
But I wrote it
Yeah.
with him.
Sweet.
And that one's just about being in an off and on relationship and going
Yeah.
back to your ex. So yeah, I really love that song. And I'm sitting on a lot. I'm really excited to release a bunch more music.
Hmm.
I would say I don't know if I really have a favorite right now, but you'll probably see them on TikTok soon. So
Perfect.
yeah.
What's next? Are we leaning like an album, a little EP? What's can people look out for?
I'm curious to get your opinion on this. Like, do you feel like people are still inclined to listen to full albums? Like, do you listen to full albums from
Um,
only your favorite artists, or would you like how's that for you?
I'd probably, if it's someone I didn't like, if I have a well-established connection with this person's music beforehand, then I would listen to a full album.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited for that. But if I'm discovering someone and they have a full album, I'd probably only discover them through one or two songs. And I'd
Yeah.
listen to those songs and maybe I sneak a few other ones. So for me, I think like a 3 or 4 song EP is like the sweet spot for me if it's
Yeah.
something new. Cause then I'm like, all right, play the hits. I like these. And then I feel like, again, this is someone who doesn't know how this industry works. Then I feel like the album is like, all right, I have a following. People are invested in what I'm doing. And then boom,
Yeah.
drop. Here's an album.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of what my idea is.
Yeah.
I want to do a little stripped back EP as well with a couple of my favorite covers, and then my originals just completely stripped back. And
Sweet.
because I just love stripped back stuff.
Yeah.
And then from there, yeah, so I have 5 originals out right now. Hoping to release maybe like 2 more singles and then like drop maybe like 3 or 4 more and include all of them in an
Yeah.
album. So that's the
Awesome.
plan right now. Could change.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it on my own right now.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure it out. So
That's the best way to be.
yeah.
I just kind of thought of this. Are you ever worried that like, do you ever want to sit on a song? Cause like, I know this song's really good and you know, you're going to be bigger maybe a year from now, 2 years, you're gonna have more listeners, more all this. Like, maybe I should hold on to this and drop it when more people are like paying attention. I'm like, dang, that would
I do
bother
think
me.
of that. Yeah, no, I do think of that, but I feel like if the song is good enough, people will discover it no matter what. It's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of songs like Running Up That Hill just became super
Yeah.
popular because of Stranger Things. Like that song was released however many years ago, and there's a bunch of songs that just start popping off
Yeah.
way down the line. So I do think of that. That is a
Mhm.
valid thought that I have. But I think if it's a good song, I think people are going to listen no
Yeah.
matter what. They're just going to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm sure that's the flip side of it. It's like you write a good song, you're like, I want to get this out right now. And like
yeah.
sometimes you gotta be a little more patient to like make sure it's like perfect. But like the flip side is like, I want to get this out. I want people to be able to listen to this. So
Yeah.
because you never know which song's gonna be the one that just like blows up and you're like, oh,
True.
here we are. So
I mean, Zach Bryan is just like completely going away from how you're supposed to do it.
He's a legend. He's a legend for it.
What is it, like 40 songs?
I think at least 40 because American Heartbreak was 34 and then dropped the others, Summertime Blues, all of it. He's the best. I saw him.
Out.
Have you seen him in concert?
I have. I'm actually I'm thinking about, I haven't bought the tickets yet. He's coming to LA on Tuesday. So I think I have to. Yeah.
Dude, I saw him in late July, actually. No pun intended for one of his better songs.
Nice.
I saw him here in Indy. Oh, dude. It was one of the best nights of my life. It's one of those concerts you go to, like, I don't want to have a beer because I just want to be so unbelievably sober for this so I can remember every single second. It's one of those concerts. And everyone has those. It's great.
Yeah. His concerts are one of a kind because even just seeing the videos is, I can't believe how many people know every single word to every single song in a set list. It's incredible.
I
Like
can't
that.
believe he knows every word to his songs. There's so many of them.
That is true. He writes an insane amount. It's crazy.
Well, I guess this is the perfect transition.
Perfect time.
We'll go straight into a draft. So how I'm thinking, you can decide if you want to go first or second. And then do you want to do all his songs or do you want to just do like this year, American Heartbreak, Summertime Blues? Make it a little easier.
We're going to go back and forth until
we each have five. Until we each have five.
Okay.
Oh, we're just trying to pick our best 5 songs and build the best team, basically starting lineup of Zach Bryan songs.
Yeah, I'd say just from his whole song.
Do them all. I like it. Would you like to go first? Well, I'll give you plenty of time to think of the songs. So I kind of put you on the spot here.
Yeah,
but would you rather go first or second?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Oh, that's what's number one then. I was kind of hoping you would go first. All right. I don't know. Do I want to play to the fans too? I'm going to take for my number one. I'm going to take the song that got me into Zach Bryan and introduced me. I'm going to go Heading South. Heading South is my number one pick. It's a phenomenal song. It's one of the older ones, and I know I could go with some maybe some higher or some more recognizable songs, but Heading South is phenomenal song. That's my number one pick. So you get 2 picks now, and now we'll just go 2-2-2.
For sure. All right. I'm going to pick Oklahoma City. This is my all-time favorite Zach Bryan song. Not only because I love to sing this song, but the writing. I mean, any Zach Bryan song writing is incredible. But this specifically, the writing is absolutely fantastic. And the fact that the original recording was done in a Bronco driving is so incredible.
It's so cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma City for my number one.
And you get another pick.
All right. Number 2, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Crooked Teeth.
Okay. All right. I like the direction you're going. I do.
I'm gonna go Crooked Teeth. I think that EP is one of my favorites, honestly. Once again, writing so good. I love the riff that he does. That song just absolutely, I just love that song.
I like it. All right. For my next 2 picks, I'm gonna go with probably the number 1 pick here. I'm gonna go Something in the Orange.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to get that in this round, or else it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Something in the Orange, and then let me go with. Where do I want to go here? I'm a big fan. I think this will be around. I don't think you're gonna take this. So the other one. So I'm gonna take a different one. I'm gonna take Godspeed. I love that song. It's a phenomenal song. Again, it's a couple years old now, but anyone who listens to Zach Bryan can appreciate that song. It's a phenomenal song. Dang, wait, so I already have 3. I only have 2 more. That's crazy.
So I can't choose one that you've already chosen?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
There's no duplicates.
Okay.
And I'm just writing these down. I promise I'm paying attention.
Okay. I'm trying to think of that song. What is it called? Hold on.
I could probably get it if you sing it. Is it off American Heartbreak or is it a older one?
No, it's okay. So my 3rd pick is gonna be Loom.
Oh,
yeah,
good pick.
I think that's an underrated one. Honestly.
I love
very
that
underrated.
Song.
That song is beautiful. That'll be 3, and then I'm gonna have to go with Revival. That's just like a banger song. Every time I've seen him play it live, it goes so hard. The piano, so good. Definitely. Yeah.
You definitely have, dude. Just because of that pick, you have to see him live. Revival live is the coolest thing in the world. For he did like a 30-minute version of it for us.
30-minute, wow.
It was like 20. It was an encore, and every band member had like a solo in it, and it just kept going back to the chorus, and it was just everyone was going. Oh, it was awesome.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so my last 2 picks A lot of pressure. I'm gonna take. Oh, I think I'm just gonna take personal favorites of mine. Because I can, and I don't care what people think. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna take Happy instead. That's that. When I first listened to American Heartbreak, that was the song. I was like, I love this. I love his storytelling is beautiful. I love that song. It's just a personal favorite of mine. And I love that thing he does, where his last chorus is just like, it's not just him, but he always does the thing. He does it in Happy instead, and he does it in Mine Again, where he changes one word in the chorus at the very last time, and it just like hits every time.
I love that. I love that song.
It's beautiful. So I'm gonna take Happy instead. Man, I kind of want. No, I'm not gonna take. I'll tell you. I was gonna take Mine Again, but let me take. Damn, this is hard. There's so many songs. I'll take Heavy Eyes. I'm gonna take Heavy Eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Good.
I'm not gonna lie. I was going to pick that one.
Yes, that's a good pick then.
That's a great pick.
Glad I got it. That's such
so
a good
I have
song.
one more, yeah?
You have
one more.
Wait.
Or am I?
Oh yeah, since I went first, I think you have let's see, you have Oklahoma City, Crooked Teeth, Loom, Revival. Yeah, one more.
Okay. I was gonna go with Heavy Eyes. It was between two of these songs, so I'm gonna pick the other one. I guess we're going with the Oklahoma theme. Oklahoma Smoke Show.
Yes.
Got to go with that one. I think that's a pretty solid list. Honestly,
it's a good list.
If you're a real Zach Bryan fan, then I think my list might beat.
I will. We'll have people decide. I'll put the graphics up. I'll let people vote and see who's better. Maybe I'll clip it together. Yeah, we'll see. Last question for you before we wrap up here. And I want to thank you again for coming on. It's a question I ask everyone who comes on here. You can answer it however you want, whatever comes to mind. But what gets you up in the morning?
Oh wow, that is a great question.
My good question counter is at like.
I know, honestly, I've said that pretty much every
and I appreciate it. It boosts my ego a little bit every time. So
no, you're a great podcast host. You really are.
Thanks, man.
You're gonna give who's that guy from Hot Wings?
Sean
Evans.
Sean Evans? Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
I think so.
He's one of the greatest interviewers, dude. You give him a run for your money. And for his money. I
just said I start having hot wings on this show.
Yeah. What gets me up in the morning? Wow. Okay. I'm gonna relate this to music and kind of something that I said before. Is just like I've grown to love writing so much. So really what gets me up in the morning is having something that I've written go out to the masses and resonate with someone and hopefully connect with another person. And if I can do that for the rest of my life, then I'll be happy. So I would say that's what gets me up in the morning.
Hell yeah. No, I love that. I love the question because everyone some people like to take that moment to reflect. And then some people like coffee. Like I need coffee.
Okay.
Like I love, and like just every person sees it differently. Like I'm more similar to you. It's like I'm kind of a blank slate kind of guy. I love waking up every morning, like I don't know what this day is gonna look like.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the same thing over and over again. I want to just a challenge each day. So I can appreciate that. Well, hey, thank you so much, dude, for coming on. I really appreciate taking the time. Let people know where they should follow you, where they should stream your music, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so it's just Evan Honer on all platforms. On TikTok, Evan Honer Music. Instagram, Evan Honer. My last name is Honer, if you're listening. So that's my socials. And thank you so much for having me, bro.
Of course, dude. Awesome. I appreciate it.